What's up, traders? Tyler here from Vant Trading. I am our head Forex trader, and I'm going to break down the trade I had today. Technical analysis wise and structurally, this relates to stock trading as well as Forex trading, so don't think that because I'm covering a Forex pair, this doesn't relate to you. This is very much so a stock play just as much as a Forex play, just happens to be on the foreign exchange market. So let me break it down for you. This is AUD USD. And this is actually a play that our head equities trader Nick will be covering in the day trading class today. This is actually one of the triangle breakout plays, but this is an example of actually trading it within the triangle, not the breakout. Basically, so what I was looking at was I went to the 4 hour and the 1 hour and noticed that it was really wedging in right along this trend line. So you have this level of resistance up here in the 4 hour where it rejected many times. But if you notice, you have these ascending lows. It has this trend line that it seems to be wedging right in here. So typically after 3 retests, it'll have the big move, right? So after these first 2 retests of this ascending trend line, I actually saw it when it was retesting right here, and I was like, okay, this is the 3rd retest of the ascending trend line. It's wedging in here, and it's poised to break out. So I was looking for a move, and let me show you. Let me go down to a lower time frame. Let's start on the hourly time frame. Now, when I saw it coming up into here, I saw that, all right, it had these large rejection wicks right here, and this move right here was a bullish engulfing. Now, I didn't get in quite yet. I was giving it a little bit because I wanted to wait until Asian session was here, because as you know, in the Forex market, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. you don't really trade because there's no market open, so the spreads are very wide. There's not really no more price action. So I waited until at least 6 o'clock when the market kind of calmed down a little bit. So going down to the 30-minute, right here is where I was looking at it, because this is where the market had, the market had calmed down, and it was still rejecting this area. And if you take a look on the lower time frame, the 30-minute, 15-minute, it's creating, although it's on the 1 hour, it's retesting this ascending trend line, and it's the 3rd retest. On the 15-minute, it has its own little ascending trend line right here. That's giving it a good confirmation that, okay, it's really rejecting this trend line. It's getting exhausted on the seller side. It's going to go up. So what I was looking at is I took my first entry as it was breaking this level right here, because if you take a look, this move right here was just pretty much not really a fake breakout, but I'm ignoring it for the sake of this move, because you have this retest here, this retest here, and then this retest here. So this move is just kind of, you just want to ignore this move because it doesn't really, it's not really any real significance in that. So once it breaks this trend line, is when I would take the entry, because it was creating these higher lows. It was wedging in here in the lower time frame, and as it broke this trend line right here is where I took my buy entry. And this is what my my trade looked like. My stop was going to be, pardon me, my stop was going to be right here, below these lows right here, because structurally it's okay if it comes down a little bit, because as long as it maintains these higher lows in the lower time frame and maintains bullish structure. So I entered a buy right there with a sell below this higher low right here, and my take profit was on the higher time frame. If you go to the 1 hour, the 4 hour, I usually look in the 1 hour for that. Where did the move originate from? Well, the move originated from this trend, this point of resistance right here, where it rejected many times in the past. And I figured typically when you're looking at this wedge right here, and it's wedging in there with higher lows, and it's retesting this trend line for the 3rd time, it's going to not only come back and retest that resistance, but it most likely will break it. But I wasn't going to get greedy, so I just wanted a quick move up to the retest of the trend line. And that's exactly what I got. I mean, I just kind of let this thing go because, you know, with these kind of swing analysis here, you got to trust your analysis, trust your trade, trust your bias. And A, it being the third retest. B, I got a lower time frame entry. And C, it really gave me no reason to doubt the trade. It was going straight up. I just let it go. And it was a quick 3-4 to 1 trade for me. Now, I didn't catch this whole move. I just took it all off here. But typically, this is what you want to see. If you go to the 4 hour, it's actually breaking this resistance right here. And on the 30-minute, it came back. So it broke it. It came back, it retested it, and now it looks like it's getting ready to move up again. And if you look at the 4 hour, it's most likely going to come up and retest this high right here that it forms at 73,900, 74, you know, 0.74. So that's what I'm looking at right now. But this was my trade. It's very easy, very simple triangle breakout trade, but actually it's just a great example of how you can actually trade the inside of the triangle in anticipation of the move. Now, if I were waiting for a trade to trade the breakout of a triangle, typically you'll be looking for a break as it did, pull back to retest that break, and then it's going to go. And where you're going to buy is the retest right here. Now you want to drop down to a lower time frame and look for some way, some reason to enter. Now, if you take a look at this pattern here, you had down, consolidation stair step, down, stair step, down, stair step, down, stair step. Now you want to wait for a confirmation, and a confirmation to me at this point is a break of the previous high, right? So a break of right here. Sorry, my speaker's acting up on me. A break of right here would be a very good bullish confirmation to trade that wedge breakout. Now considering that this level right here, this is where it actually retested the level. You don't want to blindly enter expecting it to hold that level and continue, because if you blindly entered, you most likely would have gotten stopped out on this big move down here, which is pretty much what I'm sure what happened to a lot of people, which is why you saw that clean flush and then it continued right back up. And I think that was just simply a stop out of everybody who bought early, didn't wait for a bullish formation pattern, any bullish formation, they just bought. Once I saw this, well, I didn't take this, but if I had seen this and it's consolidating, moving up, I would have bought right here, going down the lower time frame, maybe the 5 minute. Right in here is where I would have taken my entry, because if you notice, you have these ascending lows. It's breaking this level right here. You actually also, if you wanted to, could have bought right in here as well as breaking this area, because this is a beautiful lower time frame setup. But if you're looking only at the higher time frame, and you're looking more of a safer entry, a break of this level here could have been a nice entry. Your stop could have been maybe down. So if I'm buying, it would have been buying right here. My stop probably would have been right back down into this zone. And then if you look at the 4 hour, your take profit's going to be up here, right where this previous high was, right? So that's where how you could have traded this breakout and retest of the wedge. I didn't take it, but that's a good example of one of those trades. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or anything I went over today, Nick, check out the Beginners Day Trading Series class number 10. That's where Nick will be talking about wedge breakouts, triangle breakouts, and how you can trade them. So if you don't fully understand what I'm going over right now, check out that video. The link's right here. Click on that link, check it out. It's a lot more in depth than what I just did. I just did a brief overview of it. His is a very in-depth class. So check that out. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow. Safe trading.